Welcome. This is my presentation on sustainable change in the public sector, the longitudinal benefits of organization development. The background. In 1973, a Metro County Sheriff's Department faced an epic internal crisis requiring the help of an OD consultant. In 3 years, the department had managed to overspend their funds due to high turnover rates and replacement costs for recruitment and training. To gain insight of the problem, the OD consultant used an organization-wide employee survey, followed by a series of interviews with key personnel over a period of several weeks to gain information of the key problem. The initial findings were that problems with management style was seen more of like authoritarian and arbitrary. The departmental atmosphere was markedly hierarchical. The absence of the sheriff because that person was an elected official, so he was often not around, and the operational problems such as budgetary mismanagement, which led to the department credibility problems. Interventions. To improve the overall effectiveness of the department, a multidimensional intervention was developed. The first intervention implemented was a 6-day confrontation team building meeting. It was needed due to a gap between the top management and the rest of the organization. The departmental problems were more personal rather than structural. The meeting focused on building skills, sharing data, confronting interpersonal issues, and problem solving through interpersonal contracting. This improved communication, decision making procedures, and control processes, including an open door policy. The team then analyzed the results from the survey and interviews collected, in which they developed an action plan and then led to the specific interventions they determined would resolve the short and long-term problems facing the organization and ways to measure that progress along the way. There was reorganization of the Metro County's department. The departmental responsibility were changed into 4 separate components that entitled the structure, the assignments of employee, the allocation of space, and the method to be used to notify all additional interventions. The organization then worked on 4 years of implementing changes using additional intervention as listed here. These interventions resulted in improvement to the structure, decision-making, social factors, interpersonal conflict, technology, physical setting, and new department developments. Results. So figure 1 here shows the design of this study, which was collected from survey and archival data, including qualitative data from peer organizations that evaluated the effectiveness of OD interventions. The design covered a period of 30 years. Figures 2, 3, and 4 cover a period of 32 years from 1971 to 2002. This focused on employee turnover rates, jailbreaks, and citizens' complaints for the Metro counties. All 3 of these department level outcomes decreased sharply after 1973, when the OD effort began and remained low throughout the years. This quasi-experimental design, supported by qualitative data, enabled this study to address the sustainability of positive effects of organization change interventions, as it provided evidence that OD interventions can generate positive, lasting changes in an organization. The findings also supported the model of planned organizational change used by Porras and colleagues, as the results predicted that inconsistency among model structures are removed through OD initiatives. Employee attitudes and behavior towards the organization are improved. Importance. This study has become the longest longitudinal study of the effects of OD intervention in the behavioral science literature, as it involved 3 decades of work. It evaluated the long-term effects of an OD project. It examined the details and described the factors that may have contributed to its success. It showed how the model of plan organization change can solve a complex set of problems and lead to sustained improvements in organizational effectiveness. Benefits for classmates' professional careers. This study confirms that in organization development careers, professionals can use OD intervention to help employees maintain a clear focus on their goal, confront and resolve interpersonal problems in a proactive, preventive way, make significant organizational changes without sacrificing participatory management or interpersonal trust. This brings us back to the quote, "A practitioner is never finished contracting." As we learn of the benefits of determining a problem and implementing the correct intervention for long-term impact. Discussion question. The results reported in the studies raised a number of research questions, such as long-term impact of OD intervention in organizations that have multiple leaders, rather than only two, like in the sheriff's department. The second question is, can you think of another method of data gathering that could have been beneficial for the OD consultant to use in this situation? And that is so. I look forward to your questions and your presentations and discussing one another's projects. Thank you.